long beyond the cycle of life and death. In a way, yes. However, there's no particular path that one must follow in order to achieve this. You only need to realize what you truly are, which is infinite consciousness, and that your natural state of being is enlightenment. Once you recognize this and have knowledge of these soul traps, will you be able to avoid them? Ignorance of these soul traps is what keeps humans in the reincarnation cycle. It doesn't matter how well you lived your life, you could have been a literal monk. However, if you enter the tunnel of light or any of these other soul traps, you will be forced to reincarnate. This is because the reincarnation cycle is a scam, and its only purpose is to keep humans enslaved and feed in parasitic entities. You aren't meant to escape. The game is rigged. Therefore, you don't escape by playing the game. Only when you realize this will you be able to escape the reincarnation cycle. This isn't to say that you shouldn't lead a kind life. You should strive to be the best version of yourself as possible. Be of service to others, be compassionate, and give love freely. However, remember that people continue to reincarnate because of ignorance of the true nature of the tunnel of light and reincarnation, not because they didn't live their life a certain way or because they didn't reach what certain teachings consider enlightenment.
Exactly.
Also remember, humans are flawed, and we all make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect or lead a quote-unquote perfect life to exit the reincarnation cycle.
The perfect life ain't got shit to do with nothing.
You truly are.
And Bobby Hemmett got it right. All this old moral shit, you want to keep your vibration high. But all this old morality, that's control. All that old biblical fucking goofy shit, that's for control. That has nothing to do with spirituality at all.
And what reincarnation really is.
What I call consciousness is like the ocean, whereas mind, it's the same substance, but it is far more limited. Like ice is the same substance as water, but it's in a completely different and more limited state. And, you know, when you look at the oceans, they say it's the South China Sea. They say it's the South Atlantic, the Indian Ocean, the North Atlantic. Same bloody water. But what we do is we give our water, our infinite self, names, like Ethel Jones and Arthur Smith. We give them identities without realizing that we are just points of attention within one infinite, eternal consciousness. We are expressing our point of attention as a uniqueness, which is wonderful. A unique personality, a unique person, a unique perspective, a unique point of attention. But at that time, we are connected to all the other points of attention in infinite awareness, which in the end are all us and we are all them. And so when we go to war, we go to conflict, we are fighting ourselves. The ocean is the droplet is the ocean. Drop the droplet in the ocean. Where does the droplet end and the ocean start? The idea of the conspiracy is to keep that droplet disconnected from the ocean. And when they do that, we have the world that we live in.
All right, so that's enough of that. That's enough of that. We got to, before we wrap up. I want to play the one I played, the one I sent you right before that. Because there's a one group of people that are completely detached. And so that's what we want to talk about. We're going to have to, you know, take amends for all the shit they've done on this planet.
She's breathtaking, honestly. No one is. Oh, the hypocrisy is breathtaking. Hypocrisy is breathtaking, honestly. No one is on your side. Understand it. You have to know this.